that stuff. If I'm streaming to the right channel, Dynamic Racing Series. There we go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I've just got to do something quick, but we are here in Japan. We are here at the legendary Suzuka circuit. 5.8 kilometers, 18 of the most tricky turns in Japan. Oh, this is going to be good. As we begin, one shot qualifying, one lap, one chance to score pole position for the feature race. And will also dictate positions second all the way down to 19th for this race. Almost a full grid. We were so close. Who are we going to pick on? Let's pick on Schmidt. Coming through turns 1 and 2. Very tricky set of corners. Now coming through the S's. Auto spin curbs galore through here. You can see how difficult it is. Oh my word, the understeer, the lack of grip in comparison to Formula 1 cars is just unbelievable. Alright, that should take care of all the stream links. Let's pay more closer attention to Schmidt's lap. Coming into the hairpin now. Slowest corner on the circuit. Now coming through 200R. As I only recently found out that was the name of the corner. As Lunacy retires from the session. Coming through the legendary spoon corner. Using all the cover on exit, no invalidation though. Schmidt looking like a top 3 at the moment. Phil has joined the legend. I didn't think he would make it, but he has made it. We've got a full grid. Coming through the chicane now. Over the bump, that bump. And Todster gets pole position, a 1 minute 41.2. That is an awesome lap from Todster. A 41.2. I'm sorry, but the next quickest time, I kid you not, is 1 second. So that is a mega lap. Oh my goodness me. That is a second quicker. How on earth has he done that? He gets pole by a second. And the 4 points that come along with it. Pure Gold in P2. Schmidt P3. Zach P4. Countercrab P5. Darren 11 P6. False Equation P7. Smoke Ras P8. Banana Cake Pie P9. Semi-Pro P10. Crossy P11. James Cruz P12 and everyone else disqualified. Lunacy having a proper retirement, crashing in the mid part of the either retiring mid part or crashing midway through his lap. But my word, what an awesome lap from Todster to find a second. How on earth has he done that? Okay then, fine. That was one hell of a lap. My goodness. A second, how on earth? But regardless, we have to ignore all of that and move on to the feature race here at Japan's premier racetrack, Suzuka Circuit. There are so many hot spots on this place, it's absolutely ridiculous. In F1 2019, the first sector is basically a death zone. Touch any of the inside curb and you're going to spin your car around. It's simple as that. You've got turns 8 and 9, the Degner curves. You've got the spoon curve, which is a place where you can easily invalidate your lap time and spin your car around. You've got one of the fastest left-handers in the world of motorsport in the form of 130R, and we have a problem. Oh, James. James. What on earth has happened? Has he left the session? What is wrong? Something has happened to him. Everyone else is loaded in except for James. Unbelievable scenes. The game, oh my goodness. He is retired only once in this season in all, of the championships. Parked in a dangerous location. So the game was like, oh yeah, this guy is parked in a dangerous location. He's disqualified. Even though they were just in the middle of a loading screen. Oh, fucking hell. Codemasters, fix your shit. Honestly. Pathetic. He's joined back. But he's disqualified. He can't compete. He's disqualified from the session. At least he'll have a crack in the sprint race. So, let's run down the order. Toddster, pole position by a second. If that lap is legit, that is honest to God, that is the lap of the gods. That I did not get to see. A 1:41.2. That is an epic lap. Pure Gold and Schmidt are in P2 and P3 respectively. And they're starting on the medium compound tyre. Zach is the first driver to start on the softs. Can't do crap. That's actually a very solid qualifying position for can't do crap. P5 towards the front of the field. Darren 11 P6. False equation on the mediums P7. Then Smoke Rust, Banana Cake Pie, Semi-Pro, Crossy, Lunacy and Garlaz. All of them are starting on the softs. Alex, Alcatraz, Roscoe Arm, Sidepod, Plebs. All of them are starting on the mediums. And Phil MC, rounding off the grid in last place, starts on the soft compound tyre. This is going to be a very interesting race. Suzuka is such a demanding circuit on F1 2019. Few places to get a clean overtake done. Obviously you've got turn 1. You've got the hairpin. You can get the job done into spoon, and a good run through 130R promotes an overtake at the chicane. But all of those overtaking maneuvers come with a very high risk. Quite easy to break a front wing to get a time penalty. We'll just have to wait and see what happens as the drivers are now lining up on the grid. Get rid of that. Give me telemetry. Here we go. Need a half decent shot of the grid. Isn't too bad. I just need a sneaky view of the lights so then I don't get to miss out on those. Here we go for round 6 of the DRS Formula 2 Championship. It's lights out and away we go here in Japan. Toddster seems to have gotten a fairly good start, but Zach on the softs getting a horrible start. You'd imagine on the softs he'd get a half decent start, but no, he doesn't. He doesn't capitalise on it. Everyone seems to have gone through turn 1 very, very well, actually. Side by side they go, out of turn 2, through the S's now. Go back up to the leaders. Oh my word, it's side by side. Coming through turn 6, into turn 7 of Dunlop. Everyone is... Oh, as I say that, Zach Crichton spins himself round. Oh my goodness me. And nobody crashes into him. Just for that. Has somebody else spun or just taken out the 100 metre? Oh, that's lunacy on the grass. It's somewhere you don't want to be. Everyone seems to have gotten through relatively well except for Zach. Spinning it round through Dunlop. But I can assure you he's not going to stay last for very long. As Lunacy makes a move on Alcatraz with those soft compound tyres. Go back up to the leaders now. Todster and Pure Gold coming down the straightaway before 130R. They've pulled away from the pack. Got a 1.3 second margin as they head through 130R. Now will complete an overall very well done lap 1. We've got drivers. Oh, this is going to be absolute chaos through the chicane as Alex uses the escape road. Oh, that will completely ruin the temperatures. And someone has spun in the background. It's Lunacy at the chicane. And now Todd's starting to pull away from Pure Gold. Gap is now 0.8 of a second. Oh, I don't know what to look at. They're all so close to each other. My goodness. Go up to this battle for P3. As Schmidt, I was not paying attention. He was in P3. He's now down into P4. He must have made a mistake somewhere. There's no damage, so just a minor mistake. Look at these guys, all of them, Linus, Stern, look at that, what a shot. All of the drivers within a second of each other. As Lunacy retires from the session, it appears he spun coming through the Dunlop curve. Through 200R they go. My goodness me, I don't know where to look. I want to keep an eye on the leaders, but they've got this massive battle train in the mid-pack. Everyone seems to be spacing themselves out. Coming through the chicane once more, and that will complete lap 2 of 15 here at Suzuka. Todster leading the way, gap opening up to a second now. Go back onto the tyres. Goodness me. We might have a change of position here. Semi-Pro in the draft. Pulls to the inside into turn 1. Oh, they give each other the space. Oh, and Galas, all 4 tyres off the circuit. Semi-Pro gets the position up into P8. Oh, and that's a spin. It's Crossy. It's Crossy. Coming through turn 2, it spun the car around. Thank goodness the cars are ghosting. That could have been an enormous accident. Also still leading the way. Zach has made his way back up the field from 19th back up to 13th place. As you'd imagine from a guy with unbelievable talent. He's going to be back up with these guys, I imagine, fairly soon. Competing for solid points. Going back to this battle. Lunacy left the session, mine. Okay. This battle for P8, have a look at this. Galas, he might be able to return serve on Semi-Pro for what he did to him in turn 1. Semi-Pro, a bit of weaving on the circuit. Just a little bit. Coming through 130R now. Oh. what he can do. Zach has made another position, overtaking Phil. Phil actually making a very good start from last place up to 13th. That's 7 positions gained. Semi-Pro makes up a position on Banana Cake Pie. Banana must have made a mistake somewhere on the circuit. Oh no! Oh, side by side through turn 1. That could have been ugly, but thank goodness it wasn't. Have a look at this, folks. My goodness me, how many cars are in this battle? Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars. All of them bunched up, coming through the S's. Of Sector 1. Through Dunlop they go now. Oh, contact between Alcatraz and Zach. Oh, side by side through the Degner curves. What fantastic racing. Brilliant battle pack here. Gonna have to return to that very quickly. But I have to look at the top 3. Because Todster hasn't pulled away. He's still within that 1 second margin of Pure Gold. And Darren, on those soft compound tyres, is gaining. Now within 6/10 of Pure Gold. Schmidt has fallen away a little bit. Gap now open 2.4 seconds, but he is on the mediums. So he will be extraordinarily quick towards the end of the session. Canter Crap has held his top 5 placing after a very good qualifying session, actually. As Semi-Pro comes in, okay, and gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Zach comes in as well. So both drivers planning to do long runs on the medium compound tyre. Away they go. But Semi-Pro, 5-second penalty. Absolutely ruined his race. He was in this massive battle pack. 5 seconds is going to cost him dearly. We got a change in position. Oh, Snowgrass! Oh, side by side through the second Degner curve. My goodness, Alcatraz. Oh, he has spun at the first Degner curve. Gala has a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Oh, and Roscoe Arm almost does the same thing. Again at the Degner curves. And because of the ruined tyre temperatures and pressures, Alcatraz spins again. Oh my goodness me, it is absolutely chaos. It's absolute chaos here at Suzuka. So let's see. So we have a battle for P2 between Pure Gold and Darren 11. Then it opens up. We got a battle for P5. Then we've got a battle for P8. Oh, hello. Oh, okay. Hang on. Oh my goodness me, that was close. Both drivers into the pits. I wonder what happened between those two. Darren in onto the medium compound tyres. Oh my goodness me, I don't know where to look. Everything is happening at once. All of the medium runners jumping up a massive amount of places. Alcatraz a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That puts salt into the wound, that does. Have a look at this. Whoa! Semi-Pro has left the session. Okay. Battle for P6, False Equation and Alex through Degner into a 3-way battle. Roscoe Arm has brought himself into this and Sidepod has fallen away into this. We have a 4-way battle for P5, 5th all the way down to 8th. And it seems that Sidepod gets an extraordinary run. out of the hairpin. Have a look at that. He's pulled out a second. My goodness me, side by side at Spoon, and Alex gets the position. Can Roscoe follow? Not quite, hasn't quite got the run through Spoon to capitalise on it, but he's going to have a go down the inside into 130. This is a gambling move. Oh, two wheels off the circuit, but he gets it done. Moves up into P7. Roscoe, oh, but he's gotten a 3-second time penalty. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh my goodness me, that was awfully close between those two. My goodness, that was close. Crossy comes into the pits now. Nothing else really happening at the moment. This is the battle to watch. As Zach sets the fastest lap of the race at 1 minute 43.7. Has now made his way up into P11 after spinning at the start of the race, coming through the Degner curves once again. Right on board with Falls Craig to have a closer look of this battle. See there from how they're driving the car, you can tell they're not using assist in this championship to try and bring more drivers. Medium TC and ABS are now allowed to be used, but certain drivers still won't use them. False Equation and Alex are two drivers who don't use them. As Alex demonstrated, locking up into the hairpin. This battle may have died down a little bit. This one might liven up for the final point scoring position. Zach right in behind Can't Do Crap. Remember, Can't Do Crap was 6th place coming into the pits. It just shows you how much time Zach has gained from his earlier mistake. Setting the fastest lap of the race at 1 minute 43.662. He won't have a look, surely not. But Can't Do Crap, he's offline. Coming into turn 2 now. Gets a horrendous run and gives up the position. He probably feels he can't put up much of a fight to Zach. He yields the position without losing too much time. Should go back up to the leaders, because these two are still within a second of each other. Battle for the lead, Todd's the 99 and Pure Gold. This gap has hovered at about 1 second. It hasn't opened, it hasn't closed. Coming through the chicane now. We'll just have to wait and see what the other strategy... Oh! Pure Gold almost puts it into the inside wall. It is one of the many hazards on this circuit, is that bump. That bump. Coming into turn 18, the final corner of the circuit. As I believe also that Alex has lost her position there, I think. I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that, but yes. Pure Gold. Going over the bump and settling the car. Almost puts it into the inside wall. And as a result, he's lost a second. The gap has opened up to 2 seconds. Zach, for the 3rd time in a row, sets the fastest lap of the race at 1 minute 43.594. This is now starting to hot up as well. Roscoe Arm and the very angry side pod. Who'll be the very pleased side pod, because if I'm not mistaken, look at that. Look at that. Plebs up 15 positions. Very angry side pod up 13. Roscoe Arm up 11. Alex up 8 positions. All 4 of these drivers up massively. Of course, only because they're on a alternate strategy. Still, these guys will be feeling pretty pleased right now to be in a fairly strong position. Oh, going wide, that's one thing you really do not want to do at Spoon. And he leaves himself incredibly vulnerable to Darren. He's on 3 lap-old mediums. Alex has been on those mediums since the start. He's got to have a look down the inside into 130R. He's not going to get it done. Alex runs horribly wide, trying to give room. Oh, and he locks up. Oh, and contact, I think. And contact some more. Going over the bump. Got to be careful. At the moment, it's been fairly respectful between these two as Schmidt comes into the pits. Onto the soft compound tyre. He's going to be absolutely electric towards the end of the race. At the moment, everyone except for Darren 11 in front of him haven't stopped yet, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so only Darren is the only driver who has made a stop and is in front of Schmidt. Darren looking very good at the moment. Schmidt and those softer compound tyres through the Degnicas. Oh my goodness me, you can see the pace that he has on those tyres. Those fresh, grippy softs. He might have a look here. No, he doesn't. Plays it safe. He might have a look now. He gets a very good exit. Oh my goodness me! I thought he was just about to turn him then. Todster, 5-second penalty. Pure goal to fight. Oh, and contact. It's all happening at once. Roscoe Arm has spun somehow. He's now right in front of these two battling. Oh my goodness me. So, Todster and Pure Gold, 5-second penalties each for speeding. Oh, and Schmidt around the outside into 130. Oh, you don't do that. And Zach, what a move. He capitalises on that. Foles just backing off to let Schmidt pass, but Zach, with all the speed in the world, as side pod, gets a 5-second penalty for speeding. And Zach sets another fastest lap of the race. Oh my goodness me. So Darren 11 is now in with a real shot of winning this. Todster and Pure Gold both have 5-second penalties for speeding. Crossy a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Oh, it's all going to happen towards the end of the race, isn't it? All the chaos and drama, it's all going to go out as one. As Smokegrass he just voluntarily retired. Oh, Alcatraz goes awfully wide. So we have a, let's see what we have. We got a battle for P5 potentially, a battle for P8, battle for P12, and I think that's about it at the moment. I say possibly for a battle for P5 because, well, first of all, Plebs hasn't made the stop, and he is now into the pits. But Schmidt on those fresh, soft compound tyres, going to be awfully quick. But Zach, he's still within DRS range. And as we all know, he is insanely quick. Oh, Schmidt. A little bit of sideways action going over the bump. And he sets another fastest lap. He is genuinely going to have a crack. He's going to go and have a look down the inside into turn 1. And he gets the job done. What a superb recovery it has been from Zach Crichton. After spinning out on lap 1 at Dunlop, He's recovered to P4. And if he keeps up this sort of pace, he might be on the... He might have a shot at a podium. Because remember, these two have penalties. Now, I'm going to switch it from interval to leader because this is going to be important. So as we said, Todster and Pure Gold, they both have 5 seconds. I'm just going to quickly look. I'm pretty sure Darren hasn't got... Oh, Darren does as well. Never mind. Never mind. He too got a 5-second penalty for speeding. It is an awfully tricky pit lane, and the thing is, with Formula 2, I'll switch it back to interval. The thing is, with Formula 2, the pit entry speed is a lot lower than Formula 1. I think it's about half the speed, or about 2/3 of the speed coming into the pits. I think in Formula 1 it's about 80 kilometers an hour. In Formula 2 it's 60. And it's catching a few drivers out as Todster sets the fastest lap. Now, I'm pretty sure Zach has penalties as well. As Schmidt, he has fallen massively away from Zach. The gap now 1.4 seconds. He must have made a mistake somewhere. Sector 2 yellows. Can't actually see who that is. Probably no one. Here we go. Change in position here. This is the battle for pole position in the sprint race. Garlas are round the outside into turn 1. You see it so often. A move performed here at Suzuka around the outside into turn 1 with DRS and the slip shift. Oh! But gets a horrendous run through the S's and invites Banana Cake Pie back down the inside into turn 6 just before they enter the Dunlop curve. This battle is certainly not finished. Also, within that time, Plebs has moved up a position into P6. As Alcatraz gets a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. And I think something's happened to Sidepod. I saw his name start tumbling down the leaderboard. And he has, sort of at the exit of Dunlop. And he's got front wing damage as well. He's got end plate damage. I wonder if there was contact. Potentially he was helped by someone. We'll have to wait and see post-race. Here we go. This battle for P8 isn't over, as we now have 2 laps to go. Garlaz running out of time and opportunities to snare back the 8th place. This is one place where he can do it, and he's in a very good position to do so. Slipstream, DRS, around the outside into turn 1. The Banana Cake Pie, he's going to fight this side by side. They go into T1. Oh my goodness me, they're still side by side into turn 3. Oh, and Banana Cake Pie just running on the grass ever so slightly. Disturbed his run through the S's. Garlaz takes position. But I would imagine they're not going to hold on. He's not going to hold on to that for very long. So long as Banana stays within 1 second of Garlaz, this battle is not over. For the Democrats, go! As I say that, he goes ahead and spins, well, half spins the car. Damn it. I just had to open my mouth. The battle for P8 is no more. I said if he stayed within that 1 second range, this battle would rage on. But no. It's finished. Damn it, damn it, damn it. You have to go back up to the leaders. There's no real battles at the moment. We'll just have a quick look at the positions, as Sidepod gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So does Roscoe Arm. 3 seconds next to his name. But it's been a superb drive from the leading two. Actually, from almost all of the drivers within the top 7, really, it's been absolutely superb. From the top 10, actually. Toldster and Pure Gold holding position. Darren up 3 positions. Zach a superb recovery. It's going to be solid points for Schmidt as well, which is going to be very good for his title chances. However, his main rival is currently the leader of the race, but he will be pretty okay with P5. But Plebs, what a drive from him thus far. 13 positions from 19th to 6th. Solid race from Can't Do Crap. Up 6 positions for Garlas. Banana Cake Pie holding on to his position in P9. And Phil MC up 10. But this has been Toddster's day. And he wins here at Suzuka. Pure Gold in P2. Scratch that! Darren 11 in P2. With Zach coming home P5. Snatched away by Schmidt because of the penalties. Plaids will hold on to P6, will he? Yes, he will. Can't Do Crap, P7. Garlads will come across the line. Over the bump he goes. And he will start on pole position for the sprint race. Banana Cake Pie, P9, and the final point scoring position for Phil MC. Starting from 20th, he finishes 10th. Kept his nose out of trouble, and he gets the rewards for it. False equation, Sidepod crossed the line as well. Just have to wait on Alcatraz. But what a race for Toddster. He qualifies on pole position by a second, and he went ahead and pretty much led every single lap of that race. I mean, yes, because of the pit stop strategies, other drivers were leading, but you could tell once everyone had to do their mandatory pit stop, Toddster looked almost untouchable. He had this superb race with Pure Gold. They were within a second of each other all race. And Pure Gold made that one small mistake, a teeny tiny one, coming over the bump. That bump almost puts it into the inside wall. Thankfully he didn't. He comes home in 3rd place. But ladies and gentlemen, your top 3 for the feature race here at the legendary Suzuka circuit. Now we got the serious race out of the way. We now got the chaotic one coming up. It's always chaotic. Something amazing happens in these sprint races. We're only halfway done with this, folks. So, Toddster, 27 points to his name, 25 for the win, and 2 points extra for fastest lap. Darren 11 finishes in P2 due to penalties. Pure Gold 11 to his name means he will finish in P3. Schmidt P4, Zach Crichton P5. Plebs, probably driver of the day performance that, from 19th to 6th. That's a superb drive. Can't Do Crap P7. Garlas P8, but importantly will start on pole for the sprint race. Banana Cake Pie P9, and Phil MC rounds out the point scoring positions. Okay. Sprint race time here at Suzuka. This is going to be something else. Clear skies, clear blue skies. Drivers just making, slightly fine-tuning their setups. Oh boy. I mean, this circuit is naturally chaotic enough. Now we've got a race with a reverse grid. Oh boy, I don't know what to expect. I've got no idea what I'm just about to see. I've got no idea. This is going to be something else. But here we go, drivers on their formation lap. Garlaz will start on pole position with Can't Do Crap alongside. Plebs in P3. I'm sure he's going to take full advantage of his position after a superb feature race. Zach, he too will be looking to capitalise as he runs wide through turn 1 on the formation lap. Turn 2 rather, on the formation lap. Schmidt P5, Puregold P6, Darren in P8, and with all the work to do. Banana Cake Pie P9, Phil MC P10, Alex P11, Roscoe Arm P12, Crossi P13, False Equation P14, Sidepod P15, Alcatraz P16, Semi-Pro P17, Smokegrass P18, Lunacy P19 technically, although he's not in the session, and James Cruz making his appearance after being disqualified during the loading screen, because apparently you can do that. He had to leave and rejoin the session, and he will start from dead last. 20th place on the grid. Now I imagine everyone is on the same tyre. Yeah. So we don't need to worry about who's on what tyre. We just need to worry about how many positions each driver gains. I don't know who's going to win this. I don't have a clue. This is going to be one interesting race. On one of the most difficult circuits in F1 2019, we have got 19 F2 cars on the grid with a reversed top 8. This is going to be one very, very interesting race. Drivers are now lining up into their respective grid slot. We've seen it time and time again in this Formula 2 championship. The sprint race always turns it on. It's always chaotic. There's drama, there's action, and there's generally very, very good racing. But here we go. We have got 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go. Here at Suzuka, the sprint race has begun. And oh my god, that's that 4 wide! You have got to be kidding me! Into turn 3 wide, this is going to be horrible! Oh my goodness! Please tell me all 3. That is incredible! How on earth is that possible? 3, oh, and someone has spun in the background. It's Alcatraz who has spun in the background. My goodness me! As Can't Do Grab goes onto the grass, please do not spin. Thank goodness for that. Zach moves up into P2. Yeah, side by side through Dunlop. Oh my goodness me. But what a start from the top 3. They were 3 wide. Through. Oh, and Puregold has spun. Oh, stop the car. And he doesn't. Into the wall. The inside wall. Coming into Degner too. Dear oh dear oh dear. Garlaz and Banana Cake Pie exchanging position at the hairpin. Garlaz moves back up into P6 from pole position has fallen down into P6. He was forced out wide through turn 1. 3 wide through turn 1. That typically means death here at Suzuka. Yet all 3 drivers get out relatively unscathed and in point scoring positions. Superb. Absolutely superb. Or we might have seen a change in position. No, must be mistaken. Look at them pile through the chicane, over the bump. So, Plebs leads the way with Zach in P2. It said a second between the two. No, I can tell you it's a bit less than a second. Zach right up the gearbox of Plebs. Through the S's they go. As Can't Do Crap. Okay, that's a glitched leaderboard at the moment. Garlaz makes a position. And Banana Cake Pie makes a position. And Toddster makes a position. Oh, this is horrible for Can't Do Crap. He lost 3 places in 1 corner. Oh, and he runs wide at Dunlop. Oh my goodness me. And he saves it. And he saves it. How on earth did you save it? Through the Degner curves they go. Oh, for goodness sake, this stupid leaderboard. Oh, it's glitched out now, for goodness sake. Phil MC, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Now that gap has opened up. It is not half a second. They have a reason showing us half a second. Hang on, see if this works. No, sector 1 and 2 yellow flags. As Zach gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And he's got Darren 11 all over the back of him now. Coming onto the straightaway before 130R. He's got the slipstream. He's not gaining massively. Through the corner they go. Almost flat, almost flat. Not quite in these cars. They don't quite have the aero and the mechanical grip to get through that corner flat out. Oh my goodness me, that was close. Alright, the leaderboard should, I say should, sort itself out now. But Todd's saying he's going to have a look around the outside into turn 1. Can't quite get it done. He attempts to look for the switchback, but Banana Cake Pie just parks the car perfectly. Exactly where it needs to be. Toddster can't make any sort of moves with the car sitting on the apex as it was. Very good racecraft from Banana. Garlaz, he's falling back into this as well. Here we go. Toddster around. Oh. They were ghosting into each other. Oh, and Toddster. My goodness, no, sorry, Banana Cake Pie. Oh, don't spin. Thank goodness. Oh, we got another change in position. Alex in false equation through 200R they go. We're going to have to quickly start looking away from this because we now got a battle for the lead. Alright, oh, and both drivers horribly wide through Spoon. That battle will be put on hold. As Zach, excuse me, has made up a lot of time. He's now within half a second of Plebs in front. DRS wide open. Slipstream as well. Will he have a look? He's going to have a look here. Around the outside into turn 1. That's a horrible camera shot. Absolutely horrid. That's a better one. Oh, and Toddster makes up a position. Zach makes a move. But can Plebs counter-attack? Not quite. Zach, he appears to be quite comfortable at the moment. Plebs just getting a fairly awkward run through the S's. Into the Degner curves they go. All of them cutting the corner massively. Something that you just have to do. at this circuit. You have to maximize each and every millimeter of circuit. But if you go 1 millimeter over, the track kicks you in the arse. It really does. If you go 1 millimeter too wide here at Spoon, you get a warning and potentially a time penalty. If you use 1 to many millimeters on the inside here, potential auto spin curve. Straight away they go. Look at this, 3 high quality races. All of them within a second of each other. This might be one titanic battle. Coming onto the pit straight now, Zach is not safe. Right on board with Darren. What will Plebs do? Slipstream, DRS, right up the gearbox. He's going to, oh, and on the grass, around the outside. What a move from Plebs. He retakes the lead here at Suzuka, but Zach, he's not having it. He's going to, oh, no, he's just going to sit in behind. He got one very good run out of turn 2. Thought he might have a crack through the S's, but in doing so will leave him incredibly vulnerable to Darren 11. And if I remember, Zach also has a 3-second time penalty next to his name. Through Degner 1 they go. Into Degner 2. Darren's now got 3 seconds. Oh, and almost loses it coming out of Degner 2. But he's still within that 1 second range. Through 200R now. This long, sweeping right-hander. Into the Spoon curve. Zach, he's in a very good position here. Right up Plebs' gearbox. He'll have slipstream. Plebs, what will he do? He'll keep the car to the inside. Yes, he will. Zach is going to have a look around the outside. Don't give me a better camera shot than that. Oh, a little bit of contact on the grass. We'll keep it down the inside. Both drivers locking up. Oh, got to have a look. Oh, and Darren 11, a very opportunistic move. Down the inside into the chicane, and he's bumped out wide. But he keeps the car straight. All 4 wheels pointing the right direction. Onto the pit straightaway they go. My goodness me, this is absolutely brilliant. Oh, and Zach almost puts it into the back of Plebs. Massive plume of smoke when he locked up the brakes. Coming through the S's now. The gap between first to third is less than a second. Alcatraz, 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. Must be corner cutting that chicane. I think that's where you get the 10 seconds from, if I remember correctly. These are Degner curves now. We've got lap traffic, but don't worry. Lap traffic goes in F2, so no need to worry too much about it. I want to look back and have a look at the battles behind, but my goodness me, I can't take my eyes away off this. When you got 3 high quality races battling like they are now, you simply cannot look away. I mean, we do have one battle for P7. I can't look at that now. Zach is right up in behind Plebs once more. Is this going to be a repeat of the lap before? Around the outside into 130R. Plebs gives him the big squeeze. Once again down the inside. Darren's, oh, in contact again. Darren gets the position. Oh, that was a massive slide. You have no right to save that. How on earth did you save that? You have gone and broken the laws of physics in doing that. You can't save a Formula 2 car like that. What? That's incredible. And he's still within a second of Darren and Plebs. He's just merely lost a position. Absolutely incredible. Have we got a safety car? We do. Damn it, Codemasters, give me the prompt in the top left of screen. Drive-through penalty for speeding under safety car conditions. Schmidt, oh dear. This game punishes you so severely if you're not paying attention. Oh, Schmidt, he's going to be absolutely furious with that. So, the game, this race has gone ahead and hit the big reset button as the field is going to bunch up. Now, what are they going to do? Are they going to stay out and keep track position, or are they going to come in and put on fresh rubber? It's basically a toss of a coin at this stage. There are benefits to both, and there's deficits to both. And I think they might equal each other out in the end. Ooh, Zach, calm down, mate. Pleb slowing right down. But here we go. What are they going to do? This will be a great view to see. They're going to keep track position. They're going to prioritise that. Huh. I think everyone might. Is anyone going to gamble? No, track position is key. Everyone. Crossy is the only one. From 13th. Well, he's got nothing to lose by doing this. Except for track position. There's no points lost. And he's got front wing damage as well. And away they go. In 14th, he's only lost one place in all that. Okay, we can settle back down again and get ready for maybe a 2 or 3 lap shootout. I'm thinking 2 laps in the end. I think the safety car will stay out until all of the cars are now lined up in behind the safety car, so I think this might be a very long period. So, because the field's all bunched up and nothing's going to happen, I'm going to have a look at the race director and see who's got what kind of penalties. Plebs has only got 2 warnings. As soon as he gets another one, 3 seconds. So keep an eye on that. Darren, he's got 3 seconds next to his name. So does Zach. Schmidt's got a drive-through, so he's out of it. Toddster, he's got 3 seconds. So does Roscoe. Galaz as well. On the first lap, he got a penalty. Sidepod has got absolutely no warnings at all. So Sidepod, if he can keep his nose clean, which he can do, he's going to benefit massively out of this. And so will Plebs, so long as he doesn't get a 3rd warning. If he gets a 3rd warning, it's going to be a 3-way fight for the lead. Potentially 4-way fight. Toddster's going to get himself involved in this as well. But if these guys can stay up, stay relatively close together, and Sidepod can hang around with them as well, he's going to jump up a massive amount of places. This is going to be interesting, folks. Strap yourselves in. Banana Cake Pie, 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Now, the safety car is going to be either in this lap or the next lap. Just have to wait and see. Zach is backing off here massively. Gotta see. I don't know what the safety car will do. Is this going to be a 1-lap shootout or a 2-lap shootout? If it's a 1-lap shootout, it's going to benefit Plevs and Sidepod the most. If it's a 2-lap, more time to make mistakes, more time to get penalties, and to even everything out. As Zach gets another 3-second time penalty for cutting the course on the safety car. Out of times I have seen this from other drivers. Is it in? Yes, it is. This is it. It is a 2-lap shootout. Zach has pretty much rolled himself out of the game with that penalty. He's now got 6 seconds. Look at the field. Bunch up. Look at that. Strap yourselves in, folks. This is going to be one hell of a ride. As Darren 11 gets a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Zach. That's game, set, and match. Oh, and Zach, oh my goodness me. Through the final corner, he loses a whole heap of positions. He's going to lose more. Is he? No, he will hold on to P5. Provisionally. We have to wait until the penalties come in. But Darren, 5-second penalty for that collision. And false equation has retired from the session. He's retired in the pit lane. Okay. But here we go. Everyone here, except for Plevs and Sidepod, in the point scoring positions have got penalties. You have to keep an eye on Plevs though. One mistake and that's it. But who's his biggest rival now? It's Toddster. It has to be Toddster. Darren's got 5 seconds now to his name, and Schmidt, he's got a drive-through. So Toddster's going to get second here. Unless, of course, something happens. But if things stay as they are, Toddster is definitely getting second place. And Roscoe Arm potentially will get third in his second ever Formula 2 race. First one was last round at Monza. A fairly solid debut, and he's on for a podium here. Can't do crap. A 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, and we've got a battle here. These positions aren't completely dictated yet. Toddster down the inside. Darren 11 goes into the lead, but that will not matter. Plevs will get this win if he holds on to this position and he doesn't get any penalties. Sidepod, even though he's been incredibly clean, Smokegrass has retired from the session. Sidepod, he's been clean, but he's losing time to this pack in front of him. He needs to close that gap to really maximise his clean driving. He has got Crossy all over the back of him, and Crossy's on fresh softs. He came into the pits. Crossy, I don't know if he's actually got any penalties. Oh, but he gets a horrendous run out of the hairpin. That might cost him the opportunity to overtake Sidepod. Here we go, back to the leaders. Roscoe Arm, another 3-second time penalty. I don't know who's going to get third then. I do not have a clue. We'll just have to wait and see. Here we go. The ladder, it's going to jump everywhere. It's going to change rapidly as soon as all the drivers cross the line. But I think Plevs will win the sprint race here in Japan. Yes, he does. Toddster P2. Zach P3. Zach P3. Sidepod P3. I do not believe it. Sidepod jumps from P8 to P3. What a drive. What an absolutely fantastic drive. And another good one from Alex as well. Up to P4. It just demonstrates what clean driving can do. On a circuit like this, when it's penalties galore, kept their noses clean and get the rewards. Easily driver of the day for SidePod. For that race. Made up 12 positions in the end. And gets his first podium in Formula 2. Third place. What a race! It's an ART 1-2 and the very, very happy SidePod, I would imagine, is P3. I bet he did not see that coming. What a race. Oh, I told you, every sprint race, in every single stream, it's just brilliant. Plevs wins and gets the 15 points along with it. Toddster, furthering his championship lead, gets second place and fastest lap. A very, very happy SidePod. P3, a superb race from him, from 15th to 3rd in 11 laps. Wow. Alex, also a fantastic drive, from 11th to 4th, and the 8 points that come along with it. Zach, he was on there. He was on for a podium, but it's only 5th. Garlad, 6th. I'm going to get these guys to have a chat, I think. Garlad, 6th from starting on pole. Crossy, 7th. And Roscoe Arm rounds out the top 8. Wow. Oh. Wow. Would you guys like me to do an interview with these guys? I think SidePod would like to talk. What a bloody race! Everything happened. Everything happened at once. Oh my goodness me. What a race. What a superb race. But I think that's going to end it for tonight. Oh, I'm absolutely knackered from that. Wow. Formula 2 delivers once again. Absolutely superb, especially the sprint race. It always is just brilliant. That will conclude round 6 of the DRS Formula 2 Championship. We move on to round 6. The battle between Hooter Magic and Wogboy continues. I'll just have to remember where it's at. I don't actually remember. Next race announcements. Oh, we're at Kota. Oh boy. We'll just have to wait and see how that race pans out. Round 6 of the Green Championship at Kota. But until then, I've been the Smeg. Thank you all so much for watching, and good night.